Hello everyone. So our today's topic is modal auxiliary. As you can see on the screen, there are two types of verbs. One is regular verb and the other is auxiliary verb. The regular verb consists of main verb, whereas the auxiliary verb is the helping verb that always appears before the main verb. Now let's see the examples. He plays a match, where he is the subject, plays is the main verb, a match is the object. Whereas here in the second example, he can lift the box. He is the subject. Can is the helping verb. Lift is the main verb. The box is the object. Auxiliary verbs modifies the main verb of the sentence. They always precede or appear before the main verb and can indicate several things like how something is done, that is modality, to tense, that is time of action, to passive voice. Next, let us learn the three types of auxiliary verbs. First is primary auxiliary, then modal auxiliary, and marginal auxiliary. So basically, primary auxiliary, this verbs has three types: be, have, and do forms. They are used as main verbs to denote present, past, and future. So for present tense, we can use is, am, are, has, have, do, or does. Whereas for past, we can use did, was, were, and had. Same way for future tense, we can use will be and shall be. Next is modal auxiliary, and the examples are can, could, would, may, might, must, will, shall, and should. They are those helping verbs which express the mode or manner of the actions indicated by the main verb. Modal verbs are always followed by a verb in its base form. The next type is marginal auxiliary. They are also called as semi-modal verbs. The examples are used to, dare, need, ought to. So these marginal or semi-modal verbs contain some properties of modal auxiliary, but it doesn't act as a modal at all times. As today our focus is modal auxiliary, so let's learn modal auxiliary and its types. So what are modal verbs? They are can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. They are auxiliary verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. How do we use modals? So as you can see the example on the screen, David can speak fluent English, where David is the subject, can is a modal auxiliary verb, whereas speak is the main verb, fluent English is the object. So next we are going to learn some common meanings of modal auxiliary verbs with their present and past tense forms. So the first modal auxiliary is could. Could is used to indicate general ability. For example, I could go if I had time. Could is used to indicate past ability. For example, she could read when she was 3 years old. It is also used to make a polite request. For example, could you give me a ride? Next modal auxiliary is can. Can is used to indicate present ability. For example, we can speak English. It is also used to seek permission. For example, can I have a sweet? Next modal auxiliary is shall. It is used to make a request. For example, shall I clean it? It is also used to show intention. For example, we shall overcome. Next modal auxiliary is would. Would is used to talk about past habits. For example, when I was young, I would play soccer. It is also used to show intention or to indicate certainty. For example, I would buy the car, but I can't afford it. Or they would be the first to register. Next modal auxiliary is will. It is used for future. For example, Joe will travel to New York next week. Will is used to make polite or informal request. For example, will you join me for lunch? It is used to make prediction. For example, if she receives a scholarship, she will continue with her studies. It is also used to show intention or indicate certainty. For example, he will arrive at the beginning of the concert. Next modal auxiliaries are may and might. They are used to show possibility. For example, I might move to Canada someday. Or I may have to go to office today. They are used to request permission. For example, may I leave class early today? Or might I have a word with you? They are also used to make formal requests such as, may I speak with you for some time? Or you might want to reconsider your request. So what's the difference between may and might? The word may is typically used in the present tense to indicate something that's likely to happen or to ask for permission, whereas might is used in the past tense to describe something that's unlikely to happen or situations that did not take place. Next modal auxiliary is should. It is used for advice. For example, you should go to the doctor. It is also used to indicate expectation. For example, you should receive a new credit card in the mail. Last modal auxiliary is must. It is used to indicate strong obligation or strong suggestion. For example, everyone must pay taxes. So that's it for today's topic. If you have any doubt, you can comment below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.